Now it's time for me to go. And she cried like I'd never seen her cry before. And she sat down in the chair with her head in her hands. That's the last thing I saw. And I didn't want to see that, so I just stopped breathing. And I went unconscious. I was standing up next to the bed with my hospital gown on, feeling better than I'd ever felt in my whole life. And I heard people outside the room saying, "Hurry up, let's go. We've been waiting for you." And I said to them, "Are you from the doctor? Because I need to have an operation." And they said, "We know all about you. We've known everything about you. It's time for you to go. Don't ask questions. Let's go." Now, I couldn't see them because the hallway was dark and the room was bright lit. And so I was, I had a bad feeling about all this, going from the light into the dark with this group of very officious people yelling at me. So I left the room and I went out, and there was a number of them, maybe 8 or 10 of them, I don't know. It was dark. I couldn't really see them. They were all adults, men and women. And this way. So they surrounded me and led me into the darkness. Now, as we walked, and this journey went on for a very long time, one of the things I realized was we never hit stairs. I never found a wall. It was just a plane of darkness with no, other than the floor. It was clammy, a little bit warm. But one of the things that distracted me was the tone of the people around me, which went from commanding me to do this and that to them getting ugly and saying things that were very disturbing. After a very long journey in the darkness with these people, I had it with them. And I said, "I'm not going any further with you. I'm going back," which was a bluff because, of course, I had no concept of which way was right, left, forward, back, because I'm in pitch black. And so they started grabbing me and pulling me. And so I fought with them. And we fought and fought and fought. And it began with kicking and punching. But there were a lot of them now, maybe hundreds. I'm just speculating. So I'm lying in that place with no hope. I did not want to be there. I did not want to become one of them. Mine went to me as a boy in Sunday school, singing "Jesus Loves Me." And when it did that, I could see myself in Sunday school with the other kids singing that. But most importantly, in my heart and in myself, I felt that Jesus loves me. This I know, for the Bible told. I hope your viewers know that song.
I think most do.
And I wanted that. I wanted what I had lost 30 odd years before, or what I had 30 odd years before, which I lost when I was 15. And with all the strength I mustered, I called out, "Jesus, please save me." The people that were around me were horrified that I had prayed, but they retreated back into the darkness because a faint light appeared in the darkness and became very bright very fast. If that light were light as we know light in this world, it would have consumed me. I would have been fried to a crisp by that light. Wasn't that kind of light. It's a different kind of light. And it felt wonderful. And it came over me, and I was very aware of a presence in that light, and out of that light came hands and arms, reached down, touched me. And when he touched me, now in that light, for the first time, I was able to see what I was, and I was, without exaggeration, I was roadkill. All of that melted away, and I was restored without the hospital gown. And I was filled with a love that there is no way to describe the magnitude and the wonderfulness of that love with any words we have in English, except beyond description. And his hands and arms reached underneath me and picked me up, and he lifted me to himself and put his arms around me and held me very tight against himself. I put my arms around him and held him like I never was going to let go. And I cried into his chest like I'd never cried in my life. And I'm talking slobber. And I kept thinking, "Oh, this is so embarrassing. I'm just slobbering all over," you know. And I can't talk because I'm acting like a baby, you know. And then I realized something weird was happening. We were going up. I didn't even notice the lift off because it was so gentle, but I did notice we are going up and up faster and faster and faster. And we're traveling at some great rate of speed. And I got enough composure together to stop crying and to look up to where we were going. And my first impression was it was a huge galaxy of light. Except that one of the things I noticed was a lot of those lights were coming and going, which stars don't, stars don't come and go. They're pretty stationary. And I didn't know what to make of it.